welcome back to the channel. Now before we jump into the video, I just want to shout out today's sponsor, and today's sponsor is none other than Dossier. I don't know if I'm pronouncing the word properly. I think it's Dossier or Dossier, whichever, but they are today's sponsor. And if you don't know what Dossier is, or Dossier, they are pretty much a perfume company that sells inspired perfumes and colognes. So it's both for men and females. So they sell pretty much inspired perfumes for very cheap. Yeah, so it's just pretty much a company that sells inspired colognes and perfumes for a lower price. And they did send me 6 of their fragrances, which I will be reviewing with you guys today. I don't remember what each scent is or what each scent represents, but as I go through each perfume, I will let you guys know what actual, like, which perfume they are inspired by, their top notes and all that, and if I like the smell, if I don't, and all of that. But yeah, let's just jump right into the review. Okay, so the first one, this one is called Ambery Cedarwood, and this one is inspired by Mugler's Alien. I don't know if you know that perfume, but I'm going to put it on the screen somewhere. This one, it is, I know the Mugler's Alien perfume. I actually smelt it. I have one, but I don't have the purple one. I have a Mugler's perfume, but I don't think it's the same one. I don't think it's a Mugler's Alien, but that one smells really good. So let's see how this one smells. I don't think I remember smelling the Mugler's Alien, so I'm not sure how it smells, but let's just review this scent overall. Yep, it's giving you're that girl for the party. It's definitely giving that. Yep, it's definitely giving what it's supposed to give. But for the top notes in this one, so the top notes in this one is mandarin, cardamom, orange blossom. Middle notes, jasmine, sambac, cedarwood, and the base notes are heliotrope, flower, amber, and vanilla. It definitely gives off a vanilla smell, and I'm also smelling the cedarwood a little bit. I kind of smell the orange blossom in it, but more of the cedarwood and the vanilla. Honestly, I'm not going to lie, it actually smells very good. And the thing is, I don't know how the Mugler's Alien actually smells. I don't remember. I think I smelled it before, but I don't remember how it smells. But this perfume actually smells very good, and it's definitely giving you that girl of the party. This is probably one of my favorites so far. Like, this is going to be, like, this is my favorite so far. Even though it's the first one, it's definitely my favorite. So the next scent that I will be reviewing today, this one is called the Woody Tobacco. And as I'm going through the perfumes, I'm like going on the website to make sure I'm letting you guys know exactly what perfume they are inspired by. So if you see me on the phone looking every 2 seconds, that's why. So this one is the Woody Tobacco. This one is inspired by Mason's Margiela's Replica Jazz Club. I actually smelled this perfume and I wanted to get it. So it is Mason's Margiela's Replica Jazz Club. The retail price is $208. The selling price on the Dossier's website is for $59. I smelled this before, like I said, so I know how it smells. If it smells the same, you know. This one, I really love the smell. I wanted to get it actually. I was in the store one day and I was actually going to get it. I don't remember what happened, but I didn't end up getting it. But this one is definitely, I know it's like a night out type of vibes, going out with, you know, your girls in the city for sure. Yup. Yeah, this one, yeah, I knew it. Like, I knew I was gonna love it because I already know how the Mason Margiela's Jazz Club smells, and I wanted to get it. So for this one, the top notes are, lemon, pink pepper, and neroli. I don't know if I pronounced that right, don't quote me on that. But middle notes, rum, dry fruits, blonde woods. Base notes, styrax, tobacco leaves, and vanilla. Definitely smell the lemon. I smell the vanilla a little bit. and I'm smelling the blonde woods for sure. But yeah, so this one is called the Wooded Tobacco, inspired by the Mason Margiela. But yeah, like I said, I already knew how this one was going to smell because I smelled the actual perfume already, so I knew I was going to love this one. It's just the fact that it actually smells the same for me. And honestly guys, I know it's only like, I think all these perfumes are only 18% concentration, but they actually stay for a while. It might not stay for like days, like you know how I have perfumes where when I use them they can actually stay for days, like even after like 2 days you go and you smell your clothes, you literally still smell like it. Obviously you're not going to get that from these perfumes, but they do stay a while. So remember I told you that. So next one on the list is called the Ambery Cherry. This one is inspired by Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. I saw this Tom Ford perfume, I see everybody with it actually, and honestly I was only going to get it because I saw people with it, but I didn't actually smell it before, so I don't know how it smells, but let's see. But before I jump into the smell of it, it is retail for $515, but on the website they're selling it for $69. But the retail price, remember, is for the actual perfumes. The cheaper price is for the Dossier perfume. So for this one, like I said, it is inspired by Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. The top notes are cherry, almond, cinnamon. Middle notes, cloves, rose, jasmine, plum. Base notes, Peru balsam, tonka bean, and vanilla. Let's smell it. I have to smell it. So I have to spray it somewhere else. Okay. I actually have a Tom Ford, and honestly for Tom Fords, for me personally, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, Tom Fords, the scents are they have to be I don't know, I have to get like, over time I started loving it. Oh my gosh, I have to remember which one it is. I think it's the Tom Ford. I don't know if it's a oud. No, it's definitely not. I think it's some wood. Hold on. Yeah, it's a oud wood actually. It is. So I have that one, and that one was, when I just got it, I was just like, I don't really know if I like it, but after a while, after using it for a couple times, I'm like, okay, it's not too bad. So let's see. Okay, so for this, it's not really like, I'm smelling something in it that's kind of throwing me off. I don't know if it's the tonka bean. I don't know. I think maybe that's the tonka bean, because everything else I kind of know how they smell, like the cherry, obviously the almond and the cinnamon and the vanilla. Like I know the mixture, like how it would smell. I think it's the tonka bean that's throwing me off. This one is not so bad. If you are a person that loves a very like strong, like I don't know, a very like strong concentrated smell, then this one is for you. I don't really like, I love a more fruity smell, so for me this wouldn't be like my first go-to perfume. But if you are somebody that actually loves like a more concentrated and a manly cologne or perfume, then this one is for you. So the next one is Floral Marshmallow, and this one is inspired by Killian's Love Don't Be Shy. The retail price is $375. It's on the website for $59. This one, the top notes are marshmallow, neroli, bergamot. I hope I pronounced that right. The middle notes are orange blossom, honeysuckle, jasmine, orris. Base notes, amber, vanilla, and musk. I hope it's not musky. Okay, I'm gonna try on this. I don't know, I feel like I know I smelled this perfume before, but I don't remember how it smells. That's the thing. Okay, so this one is definitely more on the musky side. I don't know, is this the same Killian? I think honestly, no, I don't think I don't remember smelling this perfume. Did I? Okay, Okay, so for this one, it's definitely giving musky. It's not for me, for sure. It wouldn't work for me, but perfume smells different on everyone. I hope you guys know that. So if it does work for me, that does not mean it will not work for you. But if you are a type of girly that loves like the more musky smell, and musky does not mean like it smells bad, it's just like a little bit too strong for me. So this wouldn't be my go-to perfume at all. And even though it says Floral Marshmallow, the name says floral, I thought it would have been more like florally, I don't know. But it's very musky though. It does not smell bad, like it's not like a bad smell, but it's just not for me. I wouldn't buy this perfume if I was supposed to get it. Yeah, no. So the next one is called Fruity Jasmine, and this one is inspired by Dior's J'adore. It is retailed at $169, but on this website the dossier version is for only $49. I know how this one smells. It's upstairs. I have it. So like, yeah, I already know it's a good buy for sure. When I went in the store, actually I went in the store for a hand cream, and when I went to get the hand cream, the sale rep actually made me smell it, and I was just like, yeah, I love it, and I had to get it. But yeah, let's smell this one to see if it smells the same. Yeah, it definitely smells the same, definitely, for sure. This perfume gives me like I'm feeling down. I know, I'm like, yeah, I'm in the mood, let's go do something type of vibes. Like, this is what this perfume gives. It's not my favorite perfume, but it's actually a good buy. If you're supposed to get it, like, you actually will not be disappointed. Top notes in this perfume are mandarin, green leaves, sweet pea. Middle notes are jasmine, lang lang. I don't know if the Y in this word is silent or if it's not the Y, either the Y or the L. I think one of them is silent, but yang yang or lang lang, whatever. Champaka, peach, and the base notes are sandalwood, plum, and musk. It's so funny that this one has musk in it, but it doesn't give off that musky smell, or it's not as strong as the Floral Marshmallow, which is what the Killian Don't Be Shy. But yeah, this one is definitely a good purchase. It wouldn't be my first purchase, but I would definitely add it to my collection. But this one only has 15% concentration. I think everything else that I've reviewed is have 18% concentration. This one is only 15, so I think this one probably stays on a little bit less. So this one is called the Woody Chestnut, and it is inspired by Mason's Margiela's Replica by the Fireplace. It is retailed at $208, but on the Dossier's website it is for $49. The top notes in this one are pink pepper, orange blossom, cloves. Middle notes chestnuts, guaiaca wood, cade wood. Base notes vanilla, Peru balm, and cedar wood. Now let's smell this. I know Mason's Margiela's, their perfumes are normally good, but my favorite one is the Jazz Club, and that's why I told you like chef's kisses for that one. I need somewhere on my arm that doesn't have anything. Yeah, there's nothing. Ooh. Yup. Yeah. Yup. Okay, I love this one. This is my first time smelling this one, because I was always just into the Jazz Club, the Mason's Margiela's Jazz Club. That's the only one that I actually liked. I never actually smelled the Replica by Fireplace. So yeah, I actually love it. I love it. Yeah, this one's not so bad. Yeah, I actually love this one. I love this one. I definitely love this one. This one is definitely giving me like a Friday night vibes, going out, probably on a little date night, and I want to like show that, yeah, I'm here, you know, like I'm here. But for sure this is a good purchase. I would definitely get this one. This one is still 18% concentration, so again it will stay long, but not long as long as like the original perfume. Obviously I don't remember if I said the price, but if I didn't, it is $208 for the original perfume, and on the Dossier's website it's only for $49. But okay, so that is pretty much it for the perfumes. If I was supposed to pick my three favorites would be my three favorites are the Woody Chestnut, the Woody Tobacco, and the Ambery Cedarwood. My least favorite, but not to say I don't like them, but they're just my least favorite, are the Floral Marshmallow, Ambery Cherry, and the Fruity Jasmine. But that is pretty much it for the review of these perfumes. Once again, I would love to thank Dossier's Perfume for sponsoring this video. The links to every perfume that I reviewed will be down in the description box. The link to their website as well will be down in the description box. So if you guys would love to purchase it, definitely check down below. But yeah, thank you Dossier for sponsoring this video again, and now let's just jump into the video. So hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so this video is pretty much, this will be a little talk through video. I haven't done one of these in a long time. Let's start from there. I used to do them, but I don't know why I stopped. I haven't done one in a long time. Like I said, originally I wanted to do a video to say things that I am no longer apologizing for in 2024, but I feel like this month is already done. We're about to go in February, literally next week. So I was just like, do I want to still do this video, or do I want to actually do a video like reflecting on the past 26 years of my life. And then I was just like, okay, no, I'm not gonna do it. I have to do an actual video, like a sit down video reflecting on that, because child, it will be a lot. So eventually I'm going to do that video, but for now I'm just going to stick to 10 things I won't be apologizing for in 2024. My birthday is tomorrow. I'm recording this January 22nd. My birthday is tomorrow, January 23rd. So that's why the video would have been cute if I actually did go ahead and do the reflecting of my 26 years of life. But like I said, I feel like it's so much to reflect on. Yeah, for this birthday I'm gonna reflect in silence, but I promise you that in this year for sure I'm going to do a sit down video reflecting, like doing like a real reflection video. I don't want to do it with this one, like I said, because I want to say a lot. Okay, and I don't want it to be a video where I have to be cutting it short or like editing a much stuff. Like, I don't want that. I want to actually sit down and have, it's definitely not a one-on-one conversation because you guys can't reply, but you get what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm just going to be doing 10 things that I won't be apologizing for in 2024. I don't normally drink white wine, but hear me out. Hear me out. I knew that I had this video to do, and I was supposed to go to the store to grab me some red wine, and I didn't. I forgot. No, we only had white wine, and I didn't want to just sit and talk and not sip on something, so the white wine will have to do. Today's sponsor for my outfit is Ideal Flaws. I'm going to be linking their website downstairs. I was about to say downstairs. I'm going to be linking their website in the description box. Yeah, so they pretty much gave me this sweater to wear in this video, so check down below for that. But anyways, let's just jump into the video. Oh, by the way, the wine that I'm drinking is a little sweet wine. I don't like sweet wine, you know. I don't like sweet wine, but it's pretty much just a Moscato wine. Yeah, I don't like sweet wine. I hate it. Like, I don't like it. But anyways, 10 things I won't be apologizing for in 2024. So the first thing that I will definitely not be apologizing for in 2024 is putting myself first. Child, when I tell you, I've always had this problem where I feel like if I choose myself, I'm being selfish, and then I literally just take myself down this rabbit hole, because now it's like I can't get out of it. And I'm this type of person where I don't know if I'm a fool, I'm a stupid. I'm this type of person where I would rather get hurt than to actually hurt somebody, which is, I don't know if that's a bad or a good thing, but I don't know. I just feel like the hurt that I will put onto somebody, I don't want to live with that. Like, I don't want to have to, I'm strongly, like, I'm a very spiritual person. I'm not religious, but I used to be religious, but now I don't, like, I don't know. And that's for another story, another day, I should say. But I'm very spiritual, and I always just feel like karma is a thing, and I'm God-fearing. So I tend to get scared every time I think about hurting somebody, and I think about the fact that what if this turns around and bite me in my back, or like when I have my kids, like I don't want anything to fall on them. So I have this thing where I would rather hurt myself than to hurt you, and it's still a part of putting somebody first before myself. And I feel like there are certain ways in which you can actually not hurt somebody, but in the same process not hurt yourself, if you get what I'm saying. And I feel like, with that being said, like, I feel like putting yourself, for me, I used to think like, if I put myself first, I'm being selfish, and now I'm thinking of myself and not somebody else, so I'm hurting somebody. And then it's like I start feeling bad, like shit, like, you know, like I shouldn't have did that, it doesn't make any sense. Now I feel bad, now I see myself apologizing, and yeah. So that's one of the things I want to change. I want to actually start putting myself first, regardless of what the situation is, regardless of who the person is. If you're doing me wrong and I feel like, okay, you're not for me, regardless if it's family, regardless if it's a relationship or friends, if I'm in a situation and I feel like, okay, I need to think about myself before I think about you, I need to do that. I need to stop thinking of like other people first and thinking like how are they going to feel. Not to say like I'm going to completely dismiss people's feelings. I can never do that. That's not in my nature. I'm not that type of person. But I feel like I am going to start putting myself first and choosing myself when it comes on to, if I'm in, especially if I'm in a predicament where I am getting hurt in the situation, and I'm staying in a situation because I don't want the next person to get hurt. But in that same predicament, I'm getting hurt. I'm not doing that anymore. If I realize I'm in a situation and it's hurting me, and me staying makes you feel better but I'm hurting, I'm going to leave. I'm so sorry, I'm going to leave, because it doesn't make any sense for me, and I feel like it drains me a lot, and I don't realize it until it's too late, and then I become a whole different person. Guys, my camera keeps dying. I don't know if this is set up properly, but bear with me. But yeah, I tend to, like, I feel like I become a whole different person, and then after a while I start taking it out on people. Like, now I'm more angry because it's like I'm hurting. And you know, like, people react differently when they're hurting. A lot of people, they get closed off. Some people get very angry, some people get sad, some people fall in depression. Like, a lot of people deal with stuff differently, and for me, I feel like I get closed off, and I'm also angry, because it's just like, why? You know, I wasted my time, I wasted my energy on this person, knowing I should have walked away a long time ago, and I stayed. I didn't put myself first. So I'm no longer doing that. I'm definitely putting myself first in every situation that I'm in, regardless of what it is. But I will still take into consideration people's feelings, because again, I'm not that type of person that will just feel like I'm just gonna go around and be selfish and hurt people and walk away and then not care how they feel. But it's just like, I'm going to be limiting the people that I put in front of me, if that makes sense. The next thing that I'm going to not be apologizing for is not being available 24/7. I have this thing as well. It's almost, it ties into like putting people first and not putting myself first. I have this thing where sometimes I try to, like, especially if it's for somebody that has done something for me, like whenever you do something for me, I hold on to it. Especially if it's something good, I hold on to it, and I will always feel like I owe you something, and I don't know why. My parents have spoken to me about it, and especially my dad. My dad spoke to me about this, and he already told me. He said, listen, if somebody does something for you and they keep making you feel like you owe them, they didn't do it genuinely. But it's like, even though I've had this conversation with him and he has literally said, like, instilled certain things in me to say, like, no, do not feel that way, I still sometimes cannot help but feeling that way. So whenever this person that does something good for me, like, reaches out, I just feel like I have to make myself available, because if I say no, then I'm like being mean to the person, and the person has done good to me. Why am I saying no to them? Why am I not available? Like, why do I have something to do? I will literally try to like clear what I have to do to make myself available. And again, that is not good, because like, if you're not available, you're not available. So I think like in 2024, I'm trying to change that as well. Like, if I have something to do, I have something to do. I'm not available. And sometimes it's not even just having something to do. It's just sometimes you need a mental break. Like, I'm just not mentally available. I'm not here right now. I'm not spiritually available. Emotionally, I'm not here. Like, I just can't deal with, I cannot take on your issues right now, and it's I just can't. So yeah, I just can't. So yeah, I feel like that's one thing that I actually need to change about myself. Like, if I'm just not mentally here today, I'm just not available. So for that, I'm not apologizing. Okay, if I'm not available, I'm just not available. Point blank, period. Okay, period. So for the third one is, I'm no longer apologizing for letting go of what is no longer needed. I wrote down, I'd be writing things down like I'm somebody now. But yeah, I'm going to be letting go of things, letting go of what is no longer needed. And with that, I'm basically just saying, like, if, regardless of what it is, if it's something that I'm doing, if it's somebody that I'm involved with, if I feel like, okay, this is not working out for me, I'm not going to apologize for saying I don't need it. Especially if it's someone that is bringing like a negative energy towards me, or every 2 seconds I speak to this person. And it does not have to really be like just in a like relationship. I don't know if you guys think I'm talking about like relationship. I'm just talking about in general with people overall. If I feel like, okay, every time I come around you, it's always some argument, or every time I come around you, it's something negative. I don't need this in my life anymore. Yeah, and I don't need it in my life. And I'm not going to apologize for like choosing the higher road, or like choosing to go on a more positive path, or like because you feel bad because I no longer want you around me. I'm not going to apologize for that. Because I feel like everybody gets a fair chance in people's life until you make it, until you turn it into something that it's not. It's like, we're always, especially when you're just meeting someone, when you meet them, you're getting to know them or whatever, like, you know, everybody gets a fair chance until it's not what it is anymore. And if you find yourself being around people and it's just like you're just like, hey, this is not it for me anymore, I don't want to be involved with this, I don't want to be your friend, you're my family, but I don't want to speak to you on a regular basis, I just don't want to have anything to do with you. I'm not mad at you, don't get me wrong, and I'm not saying that if I see you on the road I'm going to act like you're not there, no. But to say that I will have you around me and we're kumbayaing, no. If I realize I no longer need this, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care, and I'm not apologizing for that. I think this is the fourth one. So the fourth one is I feel like my camera is not like set up properly, but anyways. So the fourth one is basically saying that I'm not apologizing for like requesting what I deserve or like for asking a question. My perspective on this has changed over the years, because I felt like before I used to okay, so I feel like it's the way that I grew up. I was always around family members that would always tell me as soon as she moves, I'm gonna tell her she not gonna remember where she come from. They used to just always say that to me, and I used to get so mad all the time, and I used to say to myself like, why are you guys saying this? Like, me not even like me not reach no way yet on already. I tell myself me not gonna remember where I come from. And because of that, I used to always just be very timid when it comes down to like requesting what I deserve, or like asking certain questions, or like moving a certain way, or like moving how I feel like I should move as an individual. Like I always used to always just think back to my head when they're always telling me like, oh, when she reach where she reach, you're not gonna remember nobody. And because of that, like the term ungrateful used to just stick in my head, and because I did not want people to say like, oh, she's ungrateful, I used to just let things be. And that came over into my adult life, and when I'm in a relationship as well, I tend to let people do what they want. Like, I'm like, not to say like I'm a walkover when it comes down to a relationship, but when I love you, I try to do things that's not going to make us argue. Obviously we're going to argue because like we're humans, so I'm not sitting here telling you guys like I'm perfect and I don't argue in relationship. Me, I will cuss you, me not care. But from time to time I used to always like take less than what I deserve, and that's just because it ties back into what people used to like. It ties back into me, one, being scared because like if somebody does good for me, I don't want them to think like I'm ungrateful. So like I will sit and let them do what they want sometimes, because I in my head don't want them to think like I'm being ungrateful. And even though I know I don't deserve it, I will just say, okay, whatever, like it's fine. I'm no longer doing that. Okay, now I'm like literally I'm like, no, I will tell you, okay, I don't like this is what I like. If I love anniversaries, I love celebrating anniversaries, whether it's the day I met my friend, the day I met my boyfriend, whatever it is. If I tell you that's what I love, that's what I love. I don't care. If when I'm going out, I like putting myself together, that's what I like doing. No. If this is what I want, this is what I want. And if I feel like that's just what I want, and I'm not apologizing if I'm with somebody and I feel like, oh, I love flowers, or I love certain cute little things, or I like having conversations, I like knowing that you love me and you care for me. I'm not going to apologize because I think I deserve to hear that you love me. You're telling me because I want to hear that you love me, I am entitled and I'm ungrateful. Like, I'm no longer apologizing for that. If I want to hear that you love me, I'm going to tell you, I want to hear that you love me. I want to know that you love me. I don't want to sit and assume, yeah, I think he loves me, or I think she loves me, yeah, I think we're good. No. And I'm no longer apologizing for asking questions. Like, if I feel like I need to ask you a question, I'm not going to sit there and think, I don't want you to feel like, or I don't want him to feel like I'm overstepping. No, especially if it has something to do with me, I'm going to ask that question. I am no longer sitting down like, yeah, no, I'm not. I'm going to ask all the questions I need to ask, regardless of who it is. If I'm getting involved with somebody, I need to know, do you have kids? Okay, yes you do. How many kids? Boom. Do you talk to the baby mothers? Okay, are you guys good? Do you have an extra girlfriend? Like, I need to know all these things, because if I'm stepping in your life and I'm going to be a part of your life, I want to know what I'm signing up for. You know, like, regardless of what it is. If you're doing, if I'm supposed to get a promotion, or if I'm doing even just a video, I'm going to tell them, listen, I don't deserve this, I deserve more than this. This is, I put a lot of work in my craft that I do, and I think this is what I deserve. So at the end of the day, if I'm asking for this, this is what I'm asking for. I'm not apologizing for asking for more, and I'm not apologizing for asking questions about situation that I'm about to walk into. No, I'm not doing that. 2024, no. The fifth one is I am no longer apologizing for my success, and this is a big thing for me because again, I hate the fact when people always try to say, oh yeah, show off. No. Do you understand how it feels to know that, okay, I wanted this glass of wine. Going for this glass of wine, beer bite me, I drop down. How many hurdles and obstacles I had to go over to get this glass of wine, and now that I have the glass of wine, I should just hug it and be like, okay, I have it now. No, because at the end of the day, like when I was going through what I was going through to get this glass of wine, nobody knew. You didn't know how hard I had to work to get here. So when you see me celebrating, or if I choose to celebrate, do not knock me down and tell me, oh, you just show off, and you're too hype, and you're too this, and you're too that. You don't know what I've been through. Okay? Oh no, I'm gonna go through, forget the glass of wine. So if you wanna see me rejoice because now I'm gonna have the glass of wine, let me rejoice. And I'm not going to apologize because me I rejoice and I get the glass of wine. No. Guys were not there when I was going through what I was going through to get where I am. So if I feel like me want to share my success or share what I've been through, and now this is what I gained from it, you cannot tell me not to do that. At first, me tell you, I was scared as hell because I'm like, me don't want nobody say my hype, me don't want nobody say my enough, me don't want nobody say my this, me don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't care, and that's just what it is. I don't care. No longer be apologizing for changing course when I've hit like an obstacle or a roadblock in this journey called life. You know how sometimes when, for example, you go to school for one thing, and then after finishing school you realize, okay, this is not what I want to do. Now you're changing course, you're trying to do something else. Or if, regardless if it's not school, if you just started a business, the business didn't work out, you started selling shoes, now you're like, okay, I don't want to sell shoes no more, I want to sell lashes. Now you're selling lashes, or like, okay, I don't want to sell lashes no more, now I want to read a book, I want to read book for people, whatever the case may be. That is, I don't know why I just said that, but anyways, I say that to say I'm not going to apologize for the fact that now I want to change path. If I feel like I was going in this, direction and it's not working for me, and I see something else that I can possibly do, I'm going to try. Okay? I'm not going to apologize or like feel bad or let people make me feel bad for the fact that, okay, she was selling hair first and now she doesn't want to sell hair no more. Guys, I think it's going to be a little bit darker just because the light is literally causing the camera to overheat, and then it's turning it off every 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm not going to use the light. But yeah, like if I feel like I was doing like I was going down one career path and I feel like I want to change it, I'm going to change it, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm not going to let people feel bad and tell me like, oh, but she did this and then now she's doing that, or like, why did she even start this if she's not going to? I'm no longer doing it. Life was given to us to live. Okay, there's so many things in the world that you can try. There's so many things in the world that there's so many careers in the world that you could try. There's like literally there's too much in this world to do to be stuck on one thing. And if you genuinely feel like it's not working for you, then change it. Don't make people feel like, oh, but you start with this and now you want, I don't want to do that no more. Like now when I just started out my YouTube career, it was mostly about natural hair. Switched from doing natural hair, started doing wigs a lot. Now I'm getting tired of the wigs. Like, how many times am I going to sit and put on a wig on camera? How many times? Not to say I'm going to fully cut out my wig content, but I want to start doing a more I want to start doing more lifestyle videos. I'm getting older. I'm about to create a life for my own. I'm about to create a life for myself. I'm about to like literally embark on it. I feel adulthood journey. I feel like it's just beginning for me. And I'm about to literally start life. Okay, so if I feel like I want to gear my channel or like my content into more like fashion or like lifestyle content, that is what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I'm going to do what I want to do without apologizing. I'm no longer going to be apologizing for how I feel. It's if I feel like you've hurt me and you've done something to upset me, that's just how I feel. Not to say that you have to take my feelings into consideration. You definitely don't have to. You don't need to change anything about yourself. You don't need to apologize to me. But what I will not be apologizing for is the fact that you made me feel this way, and this is how I feel. Like, my feeling is my feeling. If I feel like what you did to me hurt, I'm hurting. And again, you don't need to apologize and you don't need to make it right. That is not the issue, and that is not my main objective. My main objective is never to make you feel bad about yourself. It's never to make you feel like you have to apologize to me because who am I, right? But at the end of the day, like, if I feel like you've upset me about certain things and this is how I feel, that's just how I feel. If I feel like you've said something to me that's hurtful and I don't feel like talking to you right now, you've said something to me that's hurtful and I don't feel like talking to you right now. That's it. Like, I'm not going to be upset or feel I'm hurting right now, but I'm going to literally sit and still have a conversation with you, kiki haha, acting like I'm good. I'm not. You've hurt me, and now I want to sit by myself and reflect on how I'm feeling. I don't want to talk to you, so don't force me to talk to you when I'm hurting, or don't tell me why are you getting upset, you're an idiot. No, I'm upset because I'm upset. This is how I feel, and I'm not going to apologize because I'm upset. That don't make no sense. Like, this always baffles me. Like, people always say, like, why is she mad? She's mad because she's mad. How I made her feel made her mad. And I can't make people be happy after I've hurt them. I cannot tell people, be happy after I'm just do something for hurt you. Like, really? I'm going to sit there and be mad at somebody because I literally just said some hurtful words to them, and now they're feeling down, and I'm sitting there like, why are you mad? No, that's not how life works. So that's another thing. I will no longer be apologizing for how you make me feel. If that's how I'm feeling, that's just how I'm feeling. The next one that's on my list is apologizing for setting boundaries. I just feel like that's where a lot of people get themselves, or that's how a lot of people get themselves in certain situations, because you do not create boundaries for yourself, and then people cross these lines with you, and because you allow them to cross these lines, it's like they keep doing it over and over again, but they do it based on the expectations that you're just going to let them slide. No, I'm no longer doing that. Not at all. I am creating certain boundaries for myself, and when I say boundaries, I mean boundaries. So if I feel like, listen, we're good, don't get me wrong, we're good, but I no longer want you in my circle. You've crossed a line and I don't think I can come back from that. This is where the line is drawn. Once you've crossed over that line, we can no longer be acquaintances. Like, we can no longer be friends. And not to say like I'm going to see you and get mad at you and get upset and want to fight you. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I won't be arguing with you. I will not be, no, I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to argue, but I will let you know that this is where I draw the line, and you've crossed it. Once you've crossed it, there's no coming back. And when you set certain boundaries for yourself, that's how people will know, okay, Ashley does not like that. and then they won't be tempted to cross the line, if you get what I'm saying. But if you let people just do whatever they want with you, when it's time to come up with these boundaries, all of a sudden out of the thin air, they're going to be looking at you crazy. Because girl, you were never, like, you did not set any type of boundaries for yourself. So all of a sudden now I'm saying certain things to you, you're getting mad for what? I did not know you would have felt this type of way. You never acted like that. You made it seem like you were fine. And that's how a lot of people get themselves in situations, because now you can't blame that person, because from the get-go you did not let them know, like, listen, I love you, you're my friend, or you're my boyfriend, or you're my girlfriend, but this is where the line is drawn. This you cannot do and that you cannot do. Like, I expect certain things from you. I hold you at a high standard. I don't expect you to do certain things to me. This right here, if you're supposed to cross over this line, there's no coming back from that. I can forgive you for that. I can forgive you for this. But right here, I cannot forgive you. And if you let that be known, they won't be, even if they even think about it, they're just like, yeah, no, she already tell me what it is. If I go over this stuff, there's no coming back. You have to set boundaries for yourself, and do not let people make you feel bad because you decide that, okay, this is what I will no longer tolerate. Once you get to that point, it's done, dead, nothing is there for me, it's over, I'm not doing it. But yeah, so the last thing that I will no longer be apologizing for in 2024 is holding myself to a certain standard, okay? And this one is like, this is a thing. Like, this one I have to really speak on, because this is what happens. This is how I feel like the world thinks. I might be wrong, but this is just my opinion. I feel like the world has an idea of you. And it also ties into the fact of you wanting to change course. But that has, I spoke on that mainly around like wanting to change your career path or wanting to do something different with your life when it comes on to like your success. When it comes on to the standards of yourself or what you've created for your, or standard that you've created within or for yourself, I'm speaking on your spiritual self, your mental self, your emotional self. If I feel like there's certain conversations that I do not want to get involved in anymore, you cannot force me to be involved in these conversations. If I feel like I am on a level where I want to concentrate on myself, I want to be positive, I want to get closer to God, there's just, I don't want to be too loud, I don't want to be boisterous, I don't want to act vulgar, I am not going to apologize for that. If I feel like you're too loud and when I'm outside you're going to be loud as a female and I don't want you around, I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to apologize for that, because it's bad if you don't have certain standards for yourself, okay? And if you're not setting standards for yourself, I don't know what you're doing with your life, because at some point you have to see yourself somewhere. You have to see yourself in a certain light. And if every time you look at yourself, the only thing you can see is you arguing, you getting mad, you being upset, you sitting down talking about people, gossiping, if that's what you see for yourself, then you're not for me. You're not for my circle, you're not for my energy, you're just not for me, okay? And that is okay. I'm not telling you to apologize, because at the end of the day, it's just, I'll be a hypocrite to tell you, why do you want to be like that? I will never ever tell anybody, why do you have those standards for yourself? Whatever light you see yourself in, hold yourself to that. But pertaining to me, I see myself going to a higher level. I see myself being closer to God. I see myself being humbled, grateful, I see myself being appreciative. I see myself being blessed. I see myself being helpful towards people. I see myself being a positive light or a positive energy in someone else's life. And for me to do that, there's certain things that I have to create within myself to get to those standards that I have created for myself, if you get what I'm saying. And when you create standards for yourself, this is where complications come in and conflicts arise, because now people that you've grown up with and people that you've been around, and now you no longer want to speak to them, and now you no longer want to be around them. Now you're acting like you're better than people. And it goes back to where I was saying, like, my family members literally had an entire conversation about how I've changed, and they don't like this about me, they don't like that about me. And realistically, when you ask them certain questions like, why don't you like Ashley? One response that I've gotten, and my mom was one who asked this, my mom asked them, my mom was just like, she didn't ask all of them, but she asked one. She said, what did Ashley do to you for you to not like her? The person responded and said, not to say I don't like Ashley, I just don't like her personality. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. But it's like they don't have a reason to not like me, but for some reason they just don't like me. And that's okay, because not everybody is going to like me, but it's the fact that if I feel like I no longer want to sit and be the same person that listen, people can tell you, if people that knows me personally, they know how I was when I was younger. I used to always get in fights. I'm always arguing. I'm always upset about something. There's just always, I don't know, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's like, I don't want to be gossiping every 2 seconds. I don't want to, every single time I go on the phone, I'm hearing about somebody from down the road, somebody around the road. No, if I call you and we're family, I'm expecting to be catching up. That's it. I just want to catch up to know, how's your life going? Like, you know, did you do anything fun this month or today? Are you trying anything new? Like, those are the conversations that I want to talk about. If I don't want to sit on the phone and have a conversation with you about somebody down the road, and if that makes me hype, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if it's because, like, we're the same sign. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but for some reason it's just like Sashana and I, like, whenever we would speak on the phone, it's literally just about updating each other. So we have this thing where if I don't think 2 weeks, I don't want to put a time on it, but if I can do an estimate or an approximate, we do not okay, without actually calculating like the times or whatever, I don't want to put like an actual time frame on it, but just an approximate. We do not let a month pass by without updating each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, she calls me, I call her, we message, okay, this is what's happening right now. So, like, literally, I know exactly what's happening in Sashana's life. She knows exactly what's happening in my life. And it's like, for me and her, it's literally just, it's just like updating each other, letting, you know, just giving updates on our lives. It's never ever, like, I can never, if I should sit here and tell her, say, when I call her Sashana, I tell her, say, girl, the girl this and the girl that, no. You see, if anything we're talking about, it's about me or it's about her. If she wants to tell me about our boyfriend problems that she has, or me tell her about my boyfriend problem that I have, but it's that literally that's all we speak about. Those are the type of people that I want in my life. Okay? And if I just feel like I don't want to talk to people, that every time I'm gonna talk to them, I feel like it's just always like I have to prove it's, you know. Okay, you have some people where when you talk to them, it's like you have to prove to them, like, don't worry, I haven't changed, I'm still the same. Why? I'm still the same person, but it's just like there's certain things in my life that there's certain standards that I have for myself, and in order for me to get to those standards or like reach to where I want to reach. There's just certain things that I can no longer engage in. And if I feel like if I have certain conversation with you and it's not going to be beneficial to my life, I don't want to talk to you. And that's just what it is. But anyways, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Now I am going to be starting a new segment on my channel. I know I always say I'm going to start something, I never actually do it. I am going to do it, I promise you. I promise you. I already wrote down my schedule and I'm going to be doing it. So I'm going to be starting, it's not a podcast. I don't want you guys to think it's a podcast. It's not a podcast, but I'm going to be starting just pretty much like a segment where I'm talking about different topics, because I feel like nowadays people want to talk about a lot has been happening, child, okay? And I feel like a lot of people want to just know, like, is it me alone that's going through this, or is anybody out there thinking the same way as I am? If you get what I'm saying. So I want to start this little segment on my channel where I'm pretty much just talking about different topics. From time to time I want to get like different people on here to talk, but I don't want to turn it into anything like a podcast. It's not a podcast. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you are notified whenever I post, and leave all your comments down below. Hopefully in my next one, my setup can be a little bit different, because when the light is on, the camera tends to get overheated and then it shuts off, which I don't get it. I don't understand why, but it is what it is. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will definitely see you guys in my next one.